This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. I'm Roby Brock. Thank you for joining us. We are joined today to talk about some casinos, maybe a little sovereign immunity, but in the grand scheme of things, constitutional amendments. We have Nate Steele with us, and we have Alex Gray with us, both from the law firm of, I'm going to get the order of it wrong, so I'll let you tell me, Nate.
Steele, Wright, Gray, and Hutchinson.
Yeah, I knew all the players. I never can get them in the right order. It's just that it hasn't tripped off my tongue.
As long as you get Steele first, the
It
rest
should
is fine.
really just be the Steele firm.
Right.
That's how all the big firms, the Friday firm,
He's proposed
Mitchell
that.
Williams, so we'll see where that goes.
We'll see how it goes.
On that. All right, well, let's talk about the revised casino amendment that has been proposed by Drive Arkansas Forward, is the coalition group that you guys are pushing. 4 casinos now. One in Garland County, one Crittenden, one Jefferson, one Polk County.
Right.
And I'm assuming that maybe Oakland and Southland would qualify as the casinos in those 2, Crittenden and Garland County.
Correct. Really, we're really excited, Roby. You've seen a lot of these in the past, and I think you probably know as well as anybody how much different this one is than the ones that have been run in the past. But really, it's 2 new casinos and 2 of the establishments that are already conducting electronic games of skill, and that is Southland and Oakland. They would be entitled to expand their gaming to be more like traditional casino gaming, and then 2 new casinos in Pine Bluff and Polk County, if the local government approves this.
Right. So tell me, first of all, you obviously have some conversations with Oakland and Southland for them to, I guess, agree to have their names as a part of this to some extent. I know that they're reviewing it, but nonetheless, they're kind of what's been the reaction from them in the conversations that you guys have had?
Well, they're interested stakeholders, and they're a huge part of the economies in their respective parts of the state, and so they certainly deserve a seat at the table, and I think they've proven their merit over the years, and so we thought it only made sense to bring them to the table and talk with them about this measure, and I'll let them speak for themselves as far as their support or whatever you want to call it. But we've certainly been in discussions with them, and we're optimistic that we've got a broad coalition that will get this thing passed.
We'll talk about that coalition here in a little bit here. Tell me why Polk County? What's the appeal of Polk County? I get Jefferson County. It was in the initial filing.
Well, when we came up with the initial submission to the Attorney General, we had it based on some economic tiers. And so the Attorney General provided critiques of that and said it wasn't clear, it was somewhat misleading, and so we went ahead and just identified certain counties. And so with the state, the way it is, and where the proposed locations, there will be a casino in each quadrant of the state, and so Polk County, qualified under the previous tiered system and had the requisite population, and so that's why we went ahead and went with Polk County.
Would also, if it happens to be in Russellville, it would lend new credence to the nickname Russ Vegas that we refer to Russellville as.
Not lost upon us. We've heard that. That's right. And of course, it's subject to approval by local governments.
And there is a corridor as if you head towards Oklahoma. There are a lot of casinos right over the border there, and so Russellville's not too distant of a stone's throw from that. Right. Tell me a little bit about the increase in revenue that this would project. The majority of the tax proceeds are still going to go to fund highways in here. That's kind of the proposition, casinos for highway funding. How much more money can you expect as a result of a 4th casino?
Well, we believe that the 4th casino will enhance the overall revenue. We have also added a graduated tax rate, and so the projected revenue or tax revenue is in excess of $100 million. And again, the majority of that goes to highway funding.
And maybe the Highway Commission may rethink their position on where they stand on that at this point in time. You had some conversations with them?
Well, we know that they need a more permanent long-term fix, and this amendment would allow the legislature by a supermajority, 2/3, to redirect that funding if there does become a more permanent highway funding fix. And so we realize this is not the answer to all of the highway funding needs in perpetuity, but we think it'll be a really good shot in the arm for Arkansas highways, and it'll help tell voters where the money's going, so they know exactly where the tax revenue is going to be.
I can say it because you don't have to, but there is no permanent long-term fix for highways in Arkansas. Well, we could do 1,000 things. We're still going to be deficient in a lot of ways. Speak to me a little bit about the coalition now. So you've been trying to broaden this coalition. Who can you publicly reveal as part of your coalition?
Well, we're going to amend the ballot question committee soon, and we're in discussions with a lot of different groups, I think, that will answer all those questions for you. I don't want to speak for them right now, but certainly potential operators. This is a merit-based system for the 2 casinos in Jefferson and Polk County, so potential operators will be part of the coalition. Folks with stake and highway funding will be part of the coalition. Folks in these respective areas of the state that would benefit from casino gaming will be part of that coalition, and so on and so forth. So we will amend the ballot question committee in the coming days, and we'll have some names there. For
This week, next week, maybe week after?
hopefully this week, possibly early next
All
week.
right, we'll keep watching that. Tune into the Ethics Commission for an amendment over there. Let's talk sovereign immunity while I got you guys on the set here, because you guys have also been part of a group trying to push for a constitutional proposal that would basically give the legislature some degree of ability to determine where sovereign immunity is applied and not applied. Where do you stand with that right now?
Well, we have resubmitted our proposed amendment to the Attorney General this week, and we hope to receive certification back from that.
She's got 10 days to make some sort of decision.
Correct. She's got 10 business days,
Right.
and so it's 2 weeks. And so we made some minor tweaks and explained a little further what sovereign immunity was so that the voter would not be misled. And so but we're hopeful that that will get certified, and then we can begin collecting signatures for that.
Good, because it's creating a little chaos and a little craziness, particularly everything that routes through any Pulaski County Circuit Court venue seems to be, I'm not even sure you have to argue sovereign immunity for them to go, you can't sue the state.
And
toss
so
it
many
out.
things do through the Administrative Procedures Act. You end up in Pulaski County, and so that's kind of the precedent that we're dealing with right now. And to be clear, it's not the amendment is not any kind of critique on the court. They took a literal interpretation, which is understandable, and there's a mechanism in place to change that. It just requires a constitutional amendment. So we're doing the best we can to get that done, and we've talked with a lot of interested stakeholders there. And it'll require some funding. We'll see if the appetite is there, but we're going to get the process started and see where it takes us.
There'll be some economies of scale too if you guys are helping with 2 petitions being circulated to qualify some things for the ballot. You get one person can hand out 2 those things at the same time, right?
Yeah, we're looking into options to see if that is an option. We may want to, we're looking into that, so we'll see. If we can save money, we will.
Yep.
We certainly will.
All right. Nate, Alex, thank you both very much. Informative, good to know. Keep us posted on developments. We'll be watching. I guess the AG's office will be our next kind of eyes on the horizon there.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Thank
fellas.
you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
That's all for today's program. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.
Arkansas Electric Cooperative Corporation provides electric energy across 2/3 of Arkansas. This is an exciting time in our energy history, with incredible progress being made in renewable energy and storage technologies. As our energy portfolio continues to diversify, we'll maintain an all-the-above strategy to provide reliable and affordable electricity. Ever since the first light bulbs were placed in our members' homes, the electric cooperatives have been the solutions provider for our members, and we want to continue that well into the future.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America, moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.